Welcome back to English Buddy Podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm Sophia. Today we're talking about something really practical, making restaurant reservations in English. Now, have you ever felt nervous calling a restaurant to book a table?
Oh, absolutely. Even native speakers sometimes feel a bit anxious. But here's the thing. In English-speaking countries, making reservations is super common, especially for popular restaurants.
Right, and there's an interesting cultural point here. In many Western countries, calling ahead is actually considered polite and responsible. It shows you're organized and you respect the restaurant's time.
Exactly. Whereas in some cultures, people might just show up and wait. But in places like the US, UK, Canada, or Australia, especially for dinner on weekends, you could wait hours without a reservation.
So today, we're going to teach you the exact phrases and vocabulary you need to confidently make a reservation. No more stress.
And if you're finding this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us create more content for you.
So, Sophia, let's break down the key vocabulary first. When you make a reservation, what's the main information you need to give?
Great question. There are really 5 essential pieces of information. First, the date when you want to come.
Second, the time, what time you want to arrive.
Third, the number of people. We call this party size in English. For example, a party of 4 means 4 people.
Fourth, your name, so they can find your reservation.
And fifth, sometimes they'll ask for a phone number, just in case they need to contact you.
Perfect. Now let's look at some key phrases. When you call, you'll typically start by saying, I'd like to make a reservation, or I'd like to book a table.
Notice we don't usually say, I want to make a reservation. That sounds a bit too direct. I'd like to is more polite.
Good point. Now, for the date, you might say, I'd like to make a reservation for Friday evening or for this Saturday night.
And for time, we usually use phrases like at 7 o'clock or at 7:30 or around 7 p.m.
Here's something interesting. If you're flexible, you can say, do you have any availability around 7 p.m.? This shows you're open to nearby times.
Exactly. And for party size, you'd say for 2 people or for party of 6.
Now, let's talk about some responses you might hear. The host might say, let me check our availability. Or, I'm sorry, we're fully booked at that time.
If they're fully booked, meaning they have no tables available, they might offer an alternative. We have openings at 6 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Would either of those work?
Great. And when they confirm your reservation, they'll usually say something like, perfect, I have you down for Friday at 7 p.m., party of 4, under the name Sam.
That phrase, I have you down, means I recorded your reservation.
One more important phrase, if you need to cancel, you'd call and say, I need to cancel my reservation for tonight at 7 p.m. under Smith.
And it's polite to cancel at least a few hours in advance, if possible.
Okay, now let's talk about the cultural context. Why are reservations so important in English-speaking countries?
Well, it really comes down to business culture and customer service expectations. Restaurants want to manage their seating efficiently, and customers want to know they'll have a table when they arrive.
Right. In countries like the United States or England, popular restaurants can book up days or even weeks in advance, especially for Friday and Saturday nights.
And here's something that surprises many international learners. Some high-end restaurants require a credit card to hold your reservation.
Exactly. They might charge you a cancellation fee if you don't show up or cancel last minute. This is because no-shows, people who don't come and don't call, cost the restaurant money.
In fact, there's a cultural expectation that if you make a reservation, you'll honor it. It's seen as disrespectful to just not show up.
Now, let's talk about timing. In the U.S., typical dinner reservation times are between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. The most popular slots are usually 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
But this can vary. In Spain or Italy, people eat much later. In the UK, people might eat a bit earlier.
Another cultural point. When you arrive at the restaurant, you'll typically approach the host stand and say, "I have a reservation under your name."
Not, I reserved a table or I booked. Just, I have a reservation under Smith or whatever your name is.
And here's something about American culture specifically. It's common to arrive about 5 to 10 minutes before your reservation. Arriving very late without calling is considered rude.
Whereas if you arrive more than 15 minutes early, they might not be able to seat you yet because they're still preparing the table.
One more thing. Phone etiquette. When you call, speak clearly and don't rush. The person answering might be busy, so being concise but polite is key.
And if you have special requests, like a high chair for a baby, a table by the window, or dietary restrictions, mention them when you make the reservation.
Great tip. Restaurants really appreciate knowing in advance. You might say, "We'd like a table near the window if possible," or "One person in our party has a nut allergy."
All right, let's put this all together with a realistic dialogue. Sophia, you'll be the restaurant host, and I'll be the customer. Ready?
Ready.
Hello? I'd like to make a reservation for this Saturday evening.
Certainly. What time were you thinking?
Around 7:30, if that's available.
Let me check for you. How many people will be in your party?
4 people.
Perfect. I do have availability at 7:30. May I have your name, please?
Yes, it's Sam Johnson.
Great, Mr. Johnson. And can I get a phone number in case we need to reach you?
Sure, it's 555-0123.
Wonderful. So I have you down for this Saturday, March 23rd at 7:30 p.m. for a party of 4 under Johnson. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actually, is it possible to get a table near the window?
I'll make a note of that preference. We'll do our best to accommodate you, though I can't guarantee a window table.
That's fine. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Okay, let's break that down. What did you notice about the conversation?
Well, first I was polite but clear about what I wanted. I said I'd like to make a reservation, not I want.
Right. And when I ask for information, I use polite questions like, how many people will be in your party instead of how many people?
I also noticed that when you confirmed the reservation, you repeated all the details back to me. That's really important.
Absolutely. It prevents misunderstandings. And when you made the special request about the window table, you said, "Is it possible?" That's a polite way to ask.
And Sophia, you managed expectations by saying you couldn't guarantee it. That's professional and honest.
Exactly. Now, let's say you need to change your reservation. How would you do that?
I'd call back and say, "Hi, I have a reservation for Saturday at 7:30 under Johnson. I need to change it to 8 p.m. if possible."
Perfect. And if you need to cancel?
"Hi, I need to cancel my reservation for Saturday at 7:30 under Johnson. I apologize for any inconvenience."
That's great. Notice how Sam added, "I apologize for any inconvenience." That's a polite way to show you understand that cancellations affect their business.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Sophia, what are the key takeaways from today's lesson?
Well, first, always use polite, clear language. I'd like to make a reservation is your go-to opening phrase.
Second, remember the 5 key pieces of information: date, time, party size, name, and phone number. Have these ready before you call.
Third, understand the cultural importance of reservations. In English-speaking countries, especially for popular restaurants, reservations are expected and respected.
Fourth, don't be afraid to ask for what you want: window seats, quiet tables, dietary accommodations. But do it politely.
And fifth, if your plans change, call to cancel or modify your reservation. It's respectful and it's the right thing to do.
Now, here's your homework. Practice this dialogue out loud. Get a friend or family member to role play with you, or even just practice by yourself.
The more you practice these phrases, the more natural they feel when you actually need to make a reservation.
And remember, restaurant staff are usually very friendly and helpful. They want you to have a good experience.
If you don't understand something, it's totally okay to say, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Or could you speak a bit more slowly, please?
Exactly. Being honest about your English level is much better than pretending to understand.
All right, everyone. That's it for today. We hope this helps you feel more confident making reservations in English.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who's learning English.
And let us know in the comments. Do you have any questions about making reservations or share your own experiences?
Until next time, keep practicing.
Happy learning, everyone.
Bye.